This woman was expelled from school at the age of 16. Janice Hetherington moved to France. She became involved with a Parisian brothel keeper. She came back to London. She continued her career in the sex trade with the notorious Madam Jane Jones. She was involved in a series of scandalous court cases. Then, Janice went on to become the first lesbian in Britain to conceive a child by artificial insemination. This was 40 years ago. A very different world then. Tabloid fury followed. And then she went on to be awarded custody of her female lover's child, bringing up 2 children on her own. She's always been near controversy. She's also an ardent human rights and environmental campaigner. Here and abroad, she supported the late Major Ronald Ferguson as well. The book that she has written, it's called Love Lies Bleeding, Memoirs of a Sexual Revolutionary, is about to be published by a publisher right here in Leeds. And I am delighted to say that this is one extraordinary woman. And joins me now. We might talk about some adult themes in this hour. I'll just make that clear to you. Welcome to One on One, Janice Hetherington. How are you?
I am very well, thank you, and wonderful Leeds.
Yeah.
Hi Leeds, hi everyone. Sunny day today. Thank you for welcoming me.
You've had quite a rock and roll life, you, haven't you?
Well, something of a controversy life, yes. It's been one that I've been exceptionally proud of. I've got wonderful people around me, and I've got a wonderful son, and I have a wonderful lover that I live with, and, it's been a roller coaster, as you might say.
The reason you're in Leeds is because your book and your story is quite extraordinary. I don't know if you had a problem finding a publisher. You certainly didn't have a problem finding your story printed by a publisher here in Leeds. Were you looking for a while before you found one?
Well, I was, because I didn't want to do a kiss and tell. It's so easy to do a kiss and tell. Occasionally names come up who I've been involved with, and the tabloids would phone me up and say, oh, come on, Janice, do something. And I wouldn't do it because I think that it is incredibly easy to sell sex. It's not easy to understand sex. And I like to think that I understood sex from a very, very early age. And particularly because I understood sadomasochism from a very early age. A lot of young people have difficulty understanding their sexuality. I was fortunate, I didn't, and I understood my fantasies. And that's the most important thing. If you can understand your fantasies, they are an education to where you're going to.
Let's come back to Leeds, because the story will cover this. That you didn't want to do kiss and tell, which suggests to me that you know things about very famous people that the tabloids or other publishers would quite like you to spill.
Well, that's correct, and obviously I do mention people in my book, but usually that's because of the court cases I've been involved in. But a lot of the very famous people, as far as I'm concerned, that isn't the essence of my book.
So what is it about the publisher here in West Yorkshire that you have agreed to allow them to publish your story?
Because they're different, and because they're women. It's a new outfit, and I got on extremely well with Fadel, who is Mirror Publishing. I've got a fantastic editor called Angela Wright. We're working together on it, and that is something that a large publishing house will not let you have. And also, we have a lot of human rights issues in common, because I deal a lot with the Middle East, as does Fadwa. And those things are very important, that people understand all those facets of my life.
50 Shades of Grey is selling out, like, as you're aware, the top of the paperback, bestseller books, online, Sunday Times, you name it. And all of a sudden, that part of life, be it fantasy or reality, is socially acceptable in a way it wouldn't have been even 6 months ago, never mind a year ago. When I look at your story, I see an openness and a willingness to discuss things which people shy away from. I see a social history of being in places and times and revolutions, sexual and social. I see a gay woman making decisions within relationships in a generation that didn't allow it. And now I'm looking at a woman in her 60s standing up and saying, I've been there. I bought the T-shirt, and it's about time we got real. Your story's just amazing.
Well, I hope it's not just amazing. I hope it's readable, and I hope that it's also educational in lots of ways, because there are still stigmas. There are people who are frightened to come out. There are people who are frightened of their own sexuality. There are people who are frightened of so many things in life. That I deal with, and that I hope I deal with in a kind way and an understanding way, because, as you say, I've been there, I've got the T-shirt, I've got the scars, and that's another part of the book, that I don't paint a pretty picture of the way that brothels are run or the way that the sex industry is run, because I thought it was glamorous when I first went into it, but it isn't glamorous. There's a lot of brutality. You have to be on top of the game, and that's not a pun, you really do have. And of course, I ended up in court. I was stigmatized, my family was stigmatized, and I was involved in something. Although I was running a brothel at the time, it wasn't at the time, and it wasn't under the circumstances that the police said. So there was police corruption involved.
All right.
And we were found not guilty.
So complicated. Let's try and simplify that journey across the time that we have this afternoon. Janice Hetherington is here. The book, when it comes out, will be called Love Lies Bleeding, Memoirs of a Sexual Revolutionary. Let's begin with Edith Piaf and No Regrets. Why this?
Well, what a wonderful woman, fantastic, what a controversial life. And of course, she was in Paris, and I was in Paris when I was 16. It was virtually the year that she died. And I just love it. And I think it is a song that everybody knows and has something to say. It means a lot to their lives. No regrets. I don't have any regrets.
The seed has been sown. It is something quite new. It's like nothing I've known. No.